Hey everybody, so let's talk about uh, the Atlanteas. Yes, I'm gonna check my microphone real quick. For some reason, I forget to check it until I start recording. The Atlanteas. This is a region of the Atlantic Ocean from the Keys up to uh, northern Georgia, I would say, from what I was told and guided on. Um, Maybe a little farther than that, but they are a realm is what I would use the word. Is you could use dimension, you could use vibration, you could use labels that make sense to you, worlds. They are from a realm in the Atlantic Ocean that is full of a diverse experience of beings that we would call mermaids, merfolk, merpeople, those types of things. There are 9 queens of Atlantea. Some of you know them. Eretria is one of them. I drew her. She was the first one I met. Daria and Fiona are 2 others who I believe I have to finish the channels for, but you can find some of those channels on my website, and I'll share those as well. And there are 9 queens, and they are about healing, protecting, living in the ocean. They are a civilization of beings that live out there, one that we are not specifically aware of in our world because we speak of a Lemuria, we speak of Atlantis, but not a lot of people speak of the other civilizations that are out there. So they're popping the Gilliam into my head. The Gilliam is a civilization of beings living in Ohio, but a very small civilization. You might call them a tribe or a village, but they are a group of beings living along a river, and they have set areas and they call themselves the Gilliam. And they have different villages and borders and this sort of thing, but they are like fairies. They are like water fairies, is the best way to describe them. This is another civilization, the Atlanteas, not to be confused with Atlantis and that sort of thing. So they do a lot of energy work, and I met Eretria in Georgia, I believe. So Cumberland Island, I think that's Georgia. It's the border of Florida and Georgia anyway. And I was on Cumberland Island and I was walking, and there was a place where they want me to tell about the horses. So I walked onto the island. There's all these wild horses, and I started walking down to the beach. 2 of the horses followed me, and they followed me. They came out onto the beach after lunch, followed me a little ways, and as I was walking, they finally stopped and they looked at me, and I'm walking away from them. They're behind me, and I see they stopped, and I hear them go, "I wouldn't go over there." And I go, "Why?" And they're like, "I wouldn't go over there. That's just the message I kept getting." I'm like, "Okay." And I go over and I find a little sign. There's some sticks and things um, that are put in a way that energetically I can feel it's a warning to stay away. This is somebody's sacred space, somebody's territory, somebody's land I'm not supposed to be on. Now, most humans wouldn't care. They would just keep going, but I recognized the signs. And having energetic awareness, I was like, well, I'm not going to go. And my guides go, no, no, keep going. Now, they had me walk 4 miles down the island, 3, 4 miles down, specifically for this reason. They told me I was going to find things and that they wanted me to collect some things. And I was like, okay. So I go and I find these beautiful barnacles that are um, dead and washed up on shore and just absolutely gorgeous. And I start collecting them. They go, collect them all. You're gonna use them for some things, some artwork and things. And then I start feeling merfolk voices in my mind very aggressively, kind of like, we're gonna hurt you, we're gonna attack you, you do not take those, do not touch that, those are not yours, all this stuff. But my other guides that I trust are telling me, no, no, this is the purpose you're here for. You're gritting light, you need to take these, you need to do XYZ. Finally, the merfolk are so adamant and aggressive, and I can see them. They're in the ocean on the beach, like out in the ocean, but like standing type of thing. I see two of them, and with my third eye, and they're getting so upset that they're like, "We're gonna come after you astrally." All this other stuff, and I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with upset ocean water beings. I know how emotional the water beings can be, and I just don't want to deal with the energy. It doesn't matter what these are, what they're for. I'm not having to fight off these energies. And then my guides go, okay, well, give them back. There were certain ones I forget what it was. You can find the original videos on YouTube too, but there were certain ones they wanted me to give back. And when I did that, I could feel the merfolk being like, "Oh, he's putting them back." So I put them back, and they seemed happy. And then I started walking away again, and they got really aggressive again. And I was like, "Look, I'm so confused right now. Do you want me to put them all back? Do you want me to put some of them back? I'm not dealing with this confusion energy. I don't like it. I'm not fighting with you. Just tell me what you want, and I'm just going to do it." And they were telling me to put them back, and I was getting frustrated and confused. And I went down to put the rest. I was just like, I'm done. I'm putting them all back. And as soon as I went down to put the rest of them back, this energy flies off the ocean. It's like hovering above the ocean and comes in as super fast blue green energy and beautiful merfolk energy. And it's a queen. She's astrally traveling. She's not there like they are. She's astral. Comes zooming off the ocean super quick. And she goes, "Don't you dare put those back. Those are for you. They need to cool it." And she starts reprimanding the other merfolk, telling them, "You don't know why he's here, what he's doing, who he is, all of this stuff." Because I was gritting light and I was bringing love energy and all these other things to the ocean, bringing all this good energy. And I was going to start bringing awareness. And after that trip, I accelerated connecting people to their ocean friends and family in remembrance. And so they get reprimanded. They're all sad. She's like, "Take them. They're yours," type of thing. And I'm like, "Okay, what do I do?" So I finally just take what was left and I go. Well, I start talking to her telepathically, and her energy's keeping tabs on me as I go down the ocean, and I get farther in. I forget how far, but a few days go by at least. And the shells I had collected over time up the coast, there's a point in time where the shells from the ocean are very clean and don't smell. And then you get north of Florida and they start to smell because of the water. It's just the way the water is. And those shells smelled so bad that I tried cleaning them. I tried cleaning the barnacles, all kinds of methods, boiling, vinegar, bleaches, all this stuff, because they wanted me to keep them. And I was like, I can't, or no, I didn't use bleach. I stayed away from bleach. Sorry. Um, yeah, I was like, because I don't use that stuff anymore, but I used to bleach shells. And nothing worked. I couldn't get the smell out. So I was like, I'm not keeping them in the car because I can't stand fish smell, and my car reeked, type of thing. I couldn't seal it off. So I go, "Well, what am I going to do?" And they go, "Well, you can leave them in the woods if you want." And I go, "No, I'm not leaving them in the woods. That's not respectful." So I take the shells and I go, "I'm going to make a trip tomorrow morning. I'm going to go straight to the ocean. I'm going to walk right in and I'm going to give the shells back." And I could feel she was happy with that because they're from the ocean. They should be in the ocean. And so I go, I find a place immediately. I walk like with ease. I find a parking spot. I walk right up to the ocean with my bucket, and I go to put the bucket down, and I'm telling them I'm returning them. And no joke, a wave comes in. It builds up a wave. It comes in, rips the bucket over, and scoops everything out and takes it all off to sea. And I can hear her say thank you, because instead of just throwing them in the woods or in the trash or wherever, I returned them to the ocean and the ocean took them back. That was a form of building respect with those beings. They were extremely appreciative because even though it wasn't the same spot, I still took the effort to return them to the ocean. So hopefully those messages help people. I love you all. I'm grateful for each and every one of you.